I've just got back from Harbin, China, the largest ice city in the world, but I made so many mistakes, I actually feel like I'm gonna have to go back. Oh my God. So I'm gonna make this video for you so you know exactly what to look out for and what not to miss. So this ice city is made entirely from hundreds of thousands of blocks of ice. It cost over $500 million to create and it melts after 2 or 3 months. One of the things I didn't realize is how big Harbin actually is. But I think my nostril hairs are frozen. I don't understand why they haven't given me a map. There's actually tons of things to do. So you can actually do Harbin in a day if you wanted to, but I would probably recommend staying a couple of days because there's so much to do around the city. But I literally had 1 day left on my visa in China, so I took a sleeper train there so I could arrive at 9 in the morning, basically giving me as much time as possible at Harbin. On the bullet train, it is 4 to 5 hours, depending on which one you get. Sleeper train is around 12 hours, so you leave at like 8ish and arrive next morning at 8, which is exactly what I did, and I would definitely recommend. So I was originally in a different cabin. Some of the staff, I guess, came up and they said, staying on the top bunk is quite a lot of effort and it's quite annoying. Do you want to come to another room and stay on the bottom bunk? Is it better or worse to go to a private cabin? I'm here, I'm in my new cabin. At least I've got more space now because before I was literally like cramped. And the upgrade to my own private cabin was £1.80. So I'm on my way to Harbin. So I wasn't actually meant to come. So my last day in China is actually tomorrow. I said to Mike, like, when am I gonna be in China at the exact time? And Mike was like, do you know what, just go. So here I am, but it is nearing midnight and I should probably get some sleep because I know tomorrow's gonna be a killer. Okay, so this is what it's like to be on a sleeper train. So this is bunk bed number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's not loads of space. I've got my headphones and my eye mask, and I guess I'm almost ready to go to bed. All things considered, it was not actually a bad sleep. I got 5 hours in the first bit, woke up, went straight back to bed, but I've woken up to snow everywhere. If you come to China, you need to try some of their like local foods that you're not used to seeing. So yesterday I picked up this coconut drink, but it's got pictures of chestnuts. And honestly, I've given it a go and I'm loving it. It's delicious, it's delightful. Some of it's weird and wacky, but it's great. So I've literally made a list of all of the mistakes that I made and I'm gonna read them out to you so you know exactly what to look out for. Okay, so the first things first, there is no Uber, Grab or Bolt here. You could probably pick up a taxi, but you might be bartering there or the language difference might be difficult. So download the app DiDi, which is quite simple. So as soon as I got off the train station at Harbin, I ordered a cab through DiDi. Honestly, I can't believe how affordable it was. For about 25 minutes drive, it literally came to like £3 or £4. Bruh. Just arrived and I'm so excited. Some lady is selling, what are they called, like metal things to put onto your shoes. And I'm trying to walk around in my, I've essentially got gum boots. What's that, Australian for wellies? Yeah, they don't have a lot of grip, so we'll see how that goes. It's literally made of ice. The walls are made of ice. Wow, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. The snow is very slippy. This entire wall is made out of ice. This is my, is that a train? It's a train made of ice. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a full meltdown. Oh my God, this place is actually insane. I can't believe I'm here. This is a really weird thing to admit, but I think my nostril hairs are frozen. So my first thought upon arrival was, honestly, Jesus, this is crazy. I cannot get over this. This is insane. It's literally insane. The second thing I thought was, God damn, it's cold. Some people might say I was crying, but I literally, my eyes were just watering literally straight for about 30 to 40 minutes. I had to keep going inside. My makeup, by the way, was absolutely everywhere. I had to redo my makeup probably about 12 times throughout the day because it was just black everywhere. But yes, it is freaking freezing, incredible, and kind of awe-inspiring. As soon as you arrive, there are people outside that will try and sell you crampons. Don't make the same mistake I did. Buy some crampons because I have proper boots that have like grippy bits, but it wasn't enough. So there are lots of areas. The snow has like been treaded on quite a lot throughout the day and then it becomes a bit icy. And so you stand and like before you know it, you're on the floor. Okay, so as we well know, I am not dressed for the occasion because I'm traveling full time. time and I don't have room in my suitcase for moon boots. So my biggest problem here today is that I'm actually very, very warm my entire body wise except for my feet. So I'm wearing wellies, gum boots, and the cold, like the ice cold, just seeps in through the bottom, even though I've got 4 pairs of socks. So I have come in every 30 to 40 minutes to one of the pavilions. So they have lots of these like building pavilions where you can come in and warm up, I guess. And they've got hot bubble tea. And I'll tell you what, it's actually fairly cheap. It is £2.50 for a extra large bubble tea, which is boiling hot. It's doing me wonders. Like, I have to say, China is very affordable and I'm very happy with it, so. And the bubble tea is banging. I could literally have these all day long. By the way, the temperature was around minus 25 degrees Celsius, which I believe is around minus 13 Fahrenheit. So yes, it is freaking freezing. Definitely come prepared. Multiple layers, yes, multiple thermal layers if possible. Definitely hat, definitely scarf. I would say at least 2 pairs of gloves. If you can, get some warmers or heat packs because it does get very cold. And I think the amount of time that people can last at Harbin depends on how long you can last outside in the cold. And I was there all day, so I think I did pretty well. Okay, so I've been here for about 3 hours maybe. And I kind of was just wandering around all the sculptures and maybe just having a go on some of the sides. And I thought, do you know what? I don't understand why they haven't given me a map. Go on to have a look at the map. There's actually tons of things to do. Okay, so this is the biggest mistake that you don't want to make. Make sure that you get the map, you know exactly what you want to do. There's tons of activities, but they're hidden around corners and things. There is so much to the park that you will miss unless you get this. They do not give this to you on arrival. So make sure as soon as you come out of the gates, when you buy your ticket, go left to the customer service center and get one of these bad boys, okay? It will tell you everything that there is to do, what shows you can see, and it tells you at the bottom, so entertainment experiences, ice and snow performances, ice and landscapes. Yes, as you can see, it's massive. Of course, this is the food hall that where I'm in now. Wish I knew about this earlier, but here we are. I just want something kind of quick and easy, but I don't want to sit down and have like a proper soup or anything. I would definitely spill soup all over my like scarf and everything. That's just, yeah. Okay, so as it turns out, there are plenty of places to warm up. So this was my biggest concern, that I would just be outside in minus 25 degrees all day. But as you can see, I'm here having a nice bibimbap, which is Korean. I couldn't bring myself to have Pizza Hut in China, like, no. I know Korean's not Chinese, but by the way, very affordable as well. For this lunch, it is £3.40, I believe, so cheers. The next thing I need to talk to you about, of course, is electronics. So I had a phone, a mini drone, DJI Osmo camera so I could film horizontally, and a power bank. Basically, I kept wondering why my phone kept dying and I kept having to go inside to charge my phone, which was really annoying because I'm obviously there to film and create content, obviously in addition to enjoying it, but my phone kept dying, and this little map tells you that electronics die in the cold very, very, very quickly. So the recommendation is that you get a little chargeable battery warmer and put it next to all of your electronics, or keep your electronics in your pockets as much as possible just to keep them warm, because they will die. So make sure that you strap your hand warmers or your battery warmers to your camera gear if you can, because this will prevent it from dying very quickly. That is probably my #1 tip. The next thing, be wary of your hair, especially if you have long hair, because it will freeze. I thought my hair is not wet, so it will be fine. But throughout the day, all the moisture that you're breathing out, this entire area of my hair basically froze. Something to be aware about, maybe plait it or put it away, I don't know. And if you can, try and get gloves with a touchscreen. You can use your phone and without having to take your gloves on and off, because it is quite draining. My gloves do have the touchscreen thing, but sometimes it was a bit of a nightmare. So make sure you have really good ones that work. So I was quite surprised at how affordable Harbin is. The entry ticket was the most expensive thing I probably paid for in China, which was £33. All of the food and drinks that you can buy inside are honestly very, very affordable. So from around £1 to £5 for drinks and a meal. Like, that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So these are all of the things that I did wrong, but the one thing I would say is that Harbin, the ice and snow city, is honestly the most incredible thing that you will ever witness in your life. Like, it's just insane that you have these massive palaces of ice and slides and everything. Like, it is so cool. So do not be deterred. It is 100% worth the effort of going. Just make sure that you're prepared. And of course, do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and happy traveling.